Hey, let's take another look at another bag of Xevox. I mean, I put these in bags a long time ago to keep up with these pieces. So we have Xevox, are these incredible action figure series. They have nothing to do with any comic book or cartoon from about 20 years ago. And creativity is part of the play pattern. Before we get into it, let's look at some of these booklets that were inside of this particular bag. We got the Unnatural, that's the type it's in, because it's like undead. Skulljack is the particular name of the skeleton guys. There's some stickers and some more stickers, which I don't like stickers in. You'll find out. This is showing you how to take them apart to assemble or, disassemble. Be very careful with these, especially since they're 20 years old. I keep having a fear I'm going to snap them into pieces. They're very old. They didn't used to be this much of a problem back in the day. Here's one of my favorites. It's a cowboy. He is part of the Neo Sapiens. He is Quick Slinger. Of course, you can make him any way you want to. He comes with different heads and of a few different parts. Sometimes they come with different hands, different weapons. This is another one of my favorites. Oh, yes, it's him. So he is, well, actually, this is just a battle basics. It's talking about the game, which I don't understand the game at all. It's one of those games where you roll like a weird dice and everything. It also shows a lot of the figures on the inside, so this is more of a catalog. It also, I remember the card now. I forgot all about that. So it just shows you all the different possibilities of what you can get or buy. Oh, Ice is one of my favorite ones. I still have him. Gunslinger, I definitely have that. Shield Breaker. Okay, that was the one I reviewed earlier. I just didn't know his name. Oh, and there's that clamp that came off that one guy. Oh, those were legs. I put them on the back of him like they were wing packs, but that's part of the play pattern. You can put them on his back and put them wherever you want to put them. You can. That's the fun thing about these. You can take them apart. I think the game is something about where you roll the dice and you take the other guy's body parts or whatever. I don't know. I never played the game. I never cared to. They just try to make something out of it that it really doesn't need to be. And this is just a combination of a lot of different characters. The reason I got excited is because this is one of my favorites too. He's a Egyptian cat thing. All right, just more instruction things, stickers. That's another one of those catalogs that I've already gotten. There was another one right here for the Sectoid Dune Stinger, which is in one of the very first videos. This is the Robocop looking dude, Neo Sapiens Alpha Ranger. And the stickers that come with him, and probably a catalog in there. We'll just leave it like it is. There's no reason to take this one out. We'll look at one of these today, and then I'll do some more later on another day. Just grab the first one that comes out of my hand. Move the bag out of the way so you can get a better look at him. Now, this one is a Fury. I just realized that my voice is not going to work or cooperate with me right now. He is already missing a part, I can tell, because I try to make things symmetrical personally, except maybe the arm cannons, which is what he has on his arm. Because I like the Megatron looking thing going on. Let's see if that fires. Oh, it still fires. You should never leave spring-loaded weapons cocked when you put them into storage, because it does wear them out over time. And if you look very carefully inside of that, you can probably see the spring. Let me see if I can load it. You'll see the spring better. See that spring right there? It's right there. Yeah, you can see the spring right there. That's a good shot of it. All right, so he is a Fury. He's the fire element. There's like the electric element, water element, ice element. There's all kinds of elements. The cool thing about their feet is, and you can see it very clearly in him, there is a rocker joint, because all these are ball joints, because the ball joints is where they come apart. He's clear, so he's a little bit more scary to take apart. But you take them apart like that, and you put them back together. And of course, the articulation is part of the parts where you take them apart and put them back together, and you can rearrange them. So if I wanted to put, and you could tell that I've already used by a guy named Bonfire, some of the parts from him on this, possibly, maybe. But if you want to rearrange them and take more parts, like you want him to have the skeleton chest or something else, that's easy to do. But I'm not sure exactly what this guy's name is. I didn't see the booklet pass through my fingers, but we can always look through the catalogs, and maybe it'll pop up on one of these real quick. But I have my doubts. Oh, here he is right here. But does it say his name is the only thing. It's just showing it kind of for the game. Like, this is how you play the game. And I never read it because I don't care. I mean, I don't play dice games or whatever. And some people do. That's cool. He is just called Inferno Fury. It's he's one of the Furies, and he's the Inferno version. So he's got two of the little things, and mine's missing one. It's probably just in the bag somewhere. Just grabbing them out of the bags and going over them. Now, the great thing is these things are so much fun to play with, but they're more fun to just take apart and rebuild. Some of the clever things they came up with is that for the hands, to make them able to grab things, like if you want to make this into a weapon, the ball joint for the wrist, and then there's a ball joint for the fingers that make it where you can close. So he's got a thumb, he's got fingers. So if you want me to hold something, you can hold it. It's a very clever idea. I don't think I've ever seen anybody else do it except maybe Gundams. Gundams had, like in the older Gundams back in the 90s, they had the fingers, all three of these fingers stayed together, and the trigger finger. And they were really hard to put together because you had 1, 2, 3, 4 pieces that had to be put together. The thumb didn't move on the Gundams. It was the trigger finger that moved in and out, and these fingers, and you had to put them together with that, and then cradle them inside of the thing when you put it together. It was one of the hardest pieces to put together on Gundam kits, like from 1990s or 1980s, I think. I can't remember. We used to build them whenever I was back in, I guess, high school. And then, of course, since then. But he's got like a black heart inside of him or something. I'm just thinking it's like coal, like he's got coal inside of his heart. Like, you know, fire has to have something to give it to feed it. You have to feed a fire. So if you don't feed a fire, then it will eventually go out. And that's also true about your life. If you have a sin that you're trying to get free of, get rid of anything that's going to cause you to sin, and then it'll just go away. I used to have an addiction to something, and I got rid of it, and I don't go anywhere near it. And over the last several years, like 3 years now, yeah, it's almost been 3 years now. It's actually been more than 3 years. I don't even have that temptation anymore. It's amazing. If you just get rid of whatever the coal is, the fire will go out. So that's just an idea. It's just a little free on the side information for this. But if you like these figures, or if you have any of these figures, comment below. I want to hear from you guys. This is not one of my more favorite ones. It's cool. I mean, it's definitely cool. But I think my favorite, this has always been one of my all-time favorites. I don't know what it is. He's just really cool. I just like him a lot. I like skeletons, so he's hanging around until I can, you know, just have some time to play and to put these together. I'm making these videos, and then I'll probably do some play times and maybe do some Saturday play live videos or something. I don't know. We'll see. This is also another one to kind of spruce up a little bit. I call him Mohawk Mutant Mad Max. Because he's not just like that. He looks like the guy on Mad Max. So if you haven't seen the previous videos, go back and check those out. They're shorter, but since I'm starting on a new bag, this is going to be a little bit longer, but not a 10-minute video. So comment below if you like what you're seeing here. Let me know. I'd like to know who else had these, because I don't know anybody else that had them.